let's do this for the 5th time. Whew. My dogs were in here and then they just kept making noises and it wasn't working out. But welcome back. Did you miss me? Do you guys know where that audio is from? Hello and welcome. My name is Karishma Patel and I'm your host for Unscripted with Karishma Patel. And I'm just so happy that you're here and I'm so thankful that you're tuning in. And you know what? Let's just get into it today. Well, first, before we get into it, it's Season 8. We are so back, baby. First of all, I didn't know I was going to make it to Season 8. Second, I thought I was going to quit after Season 1. And third, I'm just really, really grateful for all the guests that have got me to here and have showed up and who believed in me and just like for your support, because if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be showing up every single day to do this. All right. This season, I wanted to start off and do something different. I wanted to do like a mini mic series. Hi. A mini mic solo series for solo episodes to just add in there. I used to do so many solo episodes and I was like, okay, I think I need to bring that back. But now, welcome from my home office because I thought this is so cute. I created this little reading corner for myself because I love to read. It might not look like that right now, but I do have way more books, but I gave like 30 books to a friend to read and I still need to fill her up. I still need to get those books back. But welcome to Season 8. It's so crazy to me. But let's get into it. Today's episode, we're going to talk about me. I don't usually put myself in the hot seat and a lot of people have been asking me to put myself in the hot seat. So I was like, okay, I think it's time that I ask myself these questions. Well, not me ask myself, but I asked some of my friends and I asked my followers to send in some questions. And so I'm answering those questions for you and you're just going to learn a little bit more about me. But let's start with the number one question that I get all the time. It is, what do you do? And I am a full-time content creator and full-time podcaster. And the only reason I was able to go full-time is the support of my husband. And I just love him so much for that. And he really pushed me to do this. And I'm really, really thankful that he did because I truly enjoy creating content. I truly enjoy this podcast. I love bringing on people and sharing their stories and sharing things that other people won't. And the whole purpose of this podcast, of my journey, is to talk about mental health, talk about yourself, also live a healthy lifestyle and take care of yourself. And obviously my content has evolved from year 1 to year 10 now, which is crazy. I started content creation because I had a really bad breakup. And so that's how it all started. It's a bad breakup. I was going through some deep, deep stuff. And from the breakup, I realized I was also not taking care of myself. So when I went through that breakup, I also had started therapy. And during that was 10 years ago. And during the therapy, my therapist was like, what is going to bring you happiness right now? And I was like, you know what? I really want to share my weight loss journey on social media. And the weight loss journey turned into a self-love journey because I realized that it wasn't about losing weight, it was about loving myself. And so I was like, man, I want to share this with the world. And so I did, and now it's evolved to lifestyle wellness. And yeah, that's how I started my page. And I still can't believe it's what it is now, and I'm just like, damn, that's crazy. I'm just a girl just fucking trying to put out content that I just hope people enjoy, because that's my biggest thing. I want people to enjoy. I want people to feel like they're coming to a safe space to just, I want to be that comfort creator in a world where there's so much fluff, you know? Okay, now let's start with the questions that were sent in. And there's a bunch of deep ones. And I'm just like, why am I doing this to myself? But it's fair that you get to know me better too, right? So let's do this. All right, first question If someone met 10-year-old Karishma, what would surprise her most about who you've become? This one's really, really deep because I have been going through depression and anxiety since I was 11 years old. And 10-year-old me would not believe that I made it through, because there was a time in those years, in my teenage years, that I did not want to be here. I was struggling really bad. And I'm so thankful that I kept pushing through and I asked for help when I needed help. And because of therapy, a lot of self-work, and just having a really good support system, I am here and I feel like I've been the healthiest I've ever been. And I'm just really, really grateful, because I really didn't think, first question, I'm already getting emotional, but I really didn't think I was gonna be here. And I'm just really, really, really grateful. And I think 10-year-old me would be surprised and also very proud. And also think I'm super cool. So yeah, so that's how I would answer that. Next question. What are some misconceptions people have about what it takes to stay consistent? All right, I'm going to answer this from social media world. People think that you post on social media, you get a viral video, and that's it. And that's how you make it. No, I wish it was that easy, because I've had so many viral videos, but no, I did not make it like that. But consistency means showing up every single day. Even when your content is not doing well, you have to keep showing up. The more you practice, the more you show up, you just get better at what you do. And that's what consistency is. And then you just, long-term wise, it just keeps getting better. And you just see you see value in, instead of going viral, it's about showing up. And that's how I see that, especially in the social media world. Next question. When did you realize that self-improvement wasn't about changing who you are, but returning to who you've always been? In my late 20s. In my late 20s, I realized that I do not have to change who I am. Every single day we're changing as people, but we are at the core who we are. And I think it's about bettering yourself, taking care of yourself, and pouring into you is how you evolve. But that doesn't mean you need to change who you are. I'm not going to change my personality. I'm super fun, loving, and kind, and I don't want to change that for anyone or anything. And I'm going to the core, that's who I am. But as I grow older, you learn to place boundaries, you learn to protect your energy, you learn to create a healthy space. And that's how I show up. And that's how I get back to me. Next question. These are really, really intense. And I don't know if I love that for me. Next question. Ooh, this is a really good one. What's a moment that tested you the most this year, and what did it teach you? This is actually really, really... This is actually happening in my life right now as we speak. I'm not even joking. I am going through some shit that I have had to learn that when people don't want you in their life, that is a sign that it's not meant to be, and that's a sign that you don't need to be in their life. So I'm trying to give an example without airing all my shit out. But if you weren't invited to something, Shay actually reminded me of this, and it was really, really a beautiful reminder. It's you don't want to be somewhere where you're not wanted anyway. So why would you want to get the invite? And it is very true. You don't want to be in places where people don't even want you. It's honestly, you're wasting your energy being there anyway. And why do you want to be there if you're not wanted? So I know I said that like 5 times in a different way, but that was something that really tested me. And that was something that made me realize, like, oh my God, you're right. I'm 32 years old. I am not going to beg to be somewhere or be in someone's life. If not mutually, because this was not mutual. If you don't want me in your life, that's fine. I get it. I get the picture. I don't want to be there. I don't want to force myself to be in someone's life. And honestly, it's a blessing in disguise because that was a secret hater this whole time. And I didn't even know it. So that was a really big test, and it's crazy because you think you learn everything by now, but you don't. You learn every single day something new. Okay, another question. Oh, what's the deeper why behind everything you do? I think I answered this in the beginning, but the biggest reason why I do what I do is to bring joy to others, because I felt like when I was growing up, I didn't have that. And I want to be that for someone else. And not just for someone else. It brings me joy. And I know that when I'm happy, I can make other people happy. And literally there's no other deeper meaning. That's exactly why I do what I do. I just want to spread joy, spread love, and remind people that taking care of yourself is the most important thing you can do. And I'll keep saying that. I've been saying that for 10 years. And I'll keep saying that and saying that and saying that. I might be a broken record, but I think that's the only way you're going to learn that that's what you need to do. Do you ever get annoyed of your own voice? Because that happens to me. And I'm listening to myself right now and I'm like, ugh, cringing. Why? And I have to listen to myself talk all the time. It's okay. It's okay. It's because I've been podcasting all week this week. So I'm a little exhausted from listening to myself. Oh, wow. Okay. What's a moment in your life that broke you open, the kind of experience that forced you to rebuild yourself differently? You know what? It was moving to another state. I grew up in California for 25 years. I lived with my parents and my grandparents. We're 6 people in one house. And you're so used to that life. You're so used to getting caught up in the family drama, in just like in other people's stuff, that you don't know anything outside of that. So when I moved to Texas, which is crazy because I never thought in my life I would move to Texas, but thank God Austin is super cool. But when I moved to Texas, it completely changed everything. It changed the way I thought. It changed the way I showed up for myself. It changed the way I looked at things. And it made me do some crazy inner work because I have never been outside of that bubble of Cerritos, California. That's where I'm from. I've never been outside of that bubble for 25 years. Yes, I traveled and stuff, but I never lived on my own outside of that. And so when that happened, that was the biggest change in my life because I'm on year 7 of living outside of my house. Yeah, I miss them, but I don't miss who I was. When I felt trapped. I felt that I couldn't openly just explore and be myself, which I still did, but I felt like there was more judgment behind it because you're growing up in the same surroundings. So people around you are still judging you and for doing things, and trust me, I got a lot of that. But when you step outside of your comfort zone and go somewhere different, you learn so much more about yourselves, and you learn how to build relationships, make friends that aren't your normal, not the friends that you grew up with. Your friends that you make in your late 20s, 30s end up being some of your closest friends. And I didn't think that was possible. And I have met so many great people. I've created a community. I have realized my life here is like everything. I love my little life. I love my family of me, Shay, and my 2 boys, 2 dogs. And it was just life-changing. So one advice I would give, and I know this wasn't a part of the question, but I'm going to just give you some free advice. One thing for your self-development that you must do in your life is get out of your childhood home and get out of the city that you grew up in, because that's the only way you're going to grow. That's the only way you will do something different. And you will really find who you are. And it has been a beautiful journey of ups and downs, but I have finally found who I am, and I've never been happier than I am right now. So I really like that question. I really liked it. I'm getting emotional. Okay. All right, next question. What are 3 qualities that were important for you to have in a partner? You could also do this for a friend. I'll answer this for my partner. The most important, it's a 3. So number 1 was they support you, and Shay supports the fuck out of me. I literally tell this to him all the time. I don't know what I did in my life to deserve you, but I'm so thankful that you and I met. And after this, I'll tell you how we met, because I feel like that's a story. That's like a freaking movie in its own. Another thing was how he treated my family. It was really important to me how he treated my sister, especially. For those of you who don't know, I have an older sister. She's blind, visually impaired, and a lot of people don't treat her like equally. Like every time I would introduce, and would just like she'd just be like on the side. But that's not how it is. I wanted my partner to treat my sister like it's their sister, and Shay literally, he probably treats her better than I do. Shit. He talks to her all the time. He supports her. He helps her. He guides her. And it's just been, I think that was so beautiful for me to see someone do that without me asking. Oh my God. That was the greatest thing ever. And another thing was for him to be like having his own hobbies, his own goals. I think that was really important, because I think it showed me that I could also achieve things. I think because Shay has such a big picture on life, and he works so hard on his businesses and himself and stuff, it helped me do the same for myself. And because I saw life as this small little thing, especially my career, I just saw it like this, but he saw it like this. And I was like, wow, I didn't know this was possible. And he showed me that this was possible. So I think it was really important to find someone who sees bigger than you. And so yeah, that was it for me. And I was like, oh, that's it right there. Now let me tell you how I met him. I know that's not a question, but that's a question that I do get asked all the time. So Shay and I were at a hotel conference back in, that's crazy that I'm even saying that, in 2018. Shay and I were at a hotel conference, and I was at a hotel. He was at the hotel bar. I had come down to meet some friends. It was during the day. And at that time, I had just gotten Simba. Simba is my older golden retriever. He's 7 years old now. So that was 7 years ago. He was 4 months. And my friend at the bar was telling me, hey, how's your dog? I saw that you got a puppy. How's that been going? And I was like, oh my God, it's the best. He's so cute. I love him. And behind me, there was this guy sitting back to back. We are. So I'm like this. We're like this close to each other. But he's sitting behind me. He turns around and goes, can I see a picture of your dog? And that was Shay. That's what he did. He turned around and said, can I see a picture of your dog? And I looked at him and I was like, yes, you can see a picture of my dog. And I was mesmerized by those eyes and that smile. And after that, we just yapped for 45 minutes straight. I felt like this, I know this is cliche, but it felt like this electrical energy between us. And I don't know why, but I knew. I was like, 1, this guy's gonna get me in trouble, and 2, I think I'm gonna marry him. I know, it's so fucking crazy to even say that, but I don't know why I felt this. I felt like I was gonna marry this guy. I just knew. And then, I went upstairs, I changed, and we talked more throughout the night. And he was like, so where are you from? I said, I'm from California. And he's like, no way. What do you do out there? And I was like, honestly, right now I'm not doing anything, because I'm actually moving to Texas, Dallas, next month for work. And he's like, no way. First of all, I'm coming to LA in 2 weeks, so you have to have dinner with me. And I was like, okay, this guy's drunk. He's totally not going to have dinner with me. Second, I'm from Austin. And I said, I don't know what that means. Like, I'm from California. What does that mean? Are you just like 2 hours away or something? I don't know what that means. And he's like, yeah, I'm only 2 hours away. And I was like, what is he implying? Like, is he going to come see me? Like, that's what I thought the whole time. But then, so that's how the conversation ended, and he put it in my calendar that he's gonna have dinner with me. He came to LA 2 weeks later because he had work meetings, and he had dinner with me. And since like that day, March 30th, 2018, we have not stopped talking. Every single day we have talked. So that's how I met my husband. And sometimes when you know, you freaking know, dude. You know. And as soon as I had that feeling, well, the next morning I went to my mom and I was like, Mom, I met this guy and I need you to find something out for me. And she said, what? I was like, can you just find out if we're related? Because I think I'm going to marry him. And the first thing she said to me was, are you still drunk? And I was like, no, maybe. I don't know. But can you just find out if we're related? We're not related. We are not related. Thank God, or else that would be really awkward. But yeah, 7 years later, Shay and I are married. We are into our 3rd year of marriage. It's about to be 4. And yeah, we're doing well. And now next question. What do you do if you need a reset day? Ooh, you know what my favorite reset kind of day is? And I feel like a lot of people frown upon it, but it's my favorite. I couch rot so hard for like 6 to 7 hours. And I don't care if people find that unhealthy. I find it so refreshing because I literally turn my brain off, sometimes a little garden gummy, and I'll just watch TV, watch some episodes, watch some movies. I don't know. I just want to turn off or just lay there without thinking about anything. Because honestly, my brain is on all the time. I'm creating 24/7. You guys, I will wake up in the middle of the night and I'll start writing ideas down. That's just how it is. I literally will have an idea while I'm sleeping and I'll wake up and be like, oh my God, I need to write this down. I don't have my phone next to me on purpose so I don't look at my screen, but I have a notepad and a pen to write my ideas down. That's how my brain, it's just always on. And so sometimes it's once a week, sometimes it's every 2 weeks, but this month I really have to find a couch rot day. It might be during the week this week, but that's how I reset. Don't underestimate a couch rot day. That's my favorite. I don't know if you can hear my dog. He's literally crying to come inside this room, but I cannot let him because he's going to disrupt this whole thing. All right, next question. I'm surprised my DJI is at 22 minutes and we're still going. I'm actually really proud of myself. All right, next question. Oh my God, my allergies are killing me, guys. How do you manage what everyone has to say? Ooh, this is my favorite question. This is one of my favorite questions because when I first started content creation, this is the first thought that went through my head, and it was, what are people gonna say? And my answer to myself and my therapist, thank you, therapist, he helped me with this a lot. But it was like, who cares what they say? And I said, you know what? Let me sit here with that question. Who cares about what they say? Because at the end of the day, people are going to talk no matter what you do. You're either going to be a villain in someone's story. You're either going to be the best person you've met. You're either it's a stranger going to talk shit about you. No matter what you do, good or bad, someone's going to say something horrible about you. And that's something you have to live with, and that's something you have to just ignore. And that's something I have become really, really good at. And also growing up in an Indian household, and with my family being so big, people are talking shit constantly. I mean, the first time I posted, it was a family member that was talking shit. So there you do not know what shit talking is unless you grew up in an Indian home, to be very, very honest. And honestly, that really helped me grow a thick skin. And because of that, I have learned that no matter what you do, good or bad in life, someone is going to have something to say. So might as well just give them a show. Might as well keep doing what makes you happy, and might as well keep on going. that was my answer to that one. And then something itched me. All right, next question. What's one experience you had growing up that really shaped who you are today? I think I answered that earlier, but I can answer a different part. What's one experience you had growing up that really shaped who you are today? You know what? It was going to therapy. Choosing myself, choosing to help myself. The fact that someone pushed me as well to do this, and the fact that I showed up to my first therapy session, therapy changed my fucking life. Therapy is the only reason why I got to find clarity in myself, why I got to find love in myself, why my relationship with my parents is so much better. Therapy changed my life in all the best ways, and it has really shaped who I am today. And I'm not just saying go get therapy and trying to be like that person, but yes, every single person can benefit from therapy. You don't have to have something crazy happen in your life to go to therapy. Therapy is beneficial to every single person. And I can't stress that enough. You don't know what you unlock. And especially when you have a good therapist. I think that's the most important. So if you have the resources, please think about going to therapy. Therapy changed my life, and I really hope it would change your life. All my friends go to therapy, and all my friends love therapy. And so honestly, everyone needs someone to talk to that's not judgmental. And therapy was that for me. All right. This is my ADHD. I've self-diagnosed myself with that, but I probably do. Next question. We're at 27 minutes. We're doing great, fam. Why did you pick Austin to live? This is easy and simple, and I'll answer it real quick. It was Shay. It was Shay. Shay is the reason why I'm here in Austin. And that's the only answer I have. I wouldn't have chosen this place. I would choose New York or San Diego. Honestly, I would choose San Diego over anything. Or Hawaii. But yeah, Shay is the reason why I'm in Austin. How did you make new friends as an adult? Oh my God, that's a really good question. That was really tough because coming from somewhere else, so coming into a brand new city, that's the hardest thing. But what I started doing was shooting my shot on social media. I just connected with people and friends, and I would be like, hey, do you want to go for a coffee? And it would sometimes work out, sometimes it didn't. So I'd put myself out there, go to coffee, go to events. And that's how I started finding my people. That's how I started creating a community. And you just gotta be uncomfortable at first to find your people, because then you don't know what's gonna happen. Because then now one of my best friends that I met in Austin now lives in the same neighborhood as me. That's insane. I'm living out my friend's true TV show. Oh my God, what time is it? I'm actually have to meet her for dinner. Oh my God, I'm so late. Okay, last three questions. What's your favorite color? Who put that in there? My favorite color is pink or black or neutral. Honestly, I don't know, but lately it's been pink. I love pink, baby pink. How did you become so confident? I think it was when I started pouring into myself, pouring into my cup, filling my cup, and taking care of myself. That was how I became confident in showing up for myself every single day, because I know I repeat that part a lot, but when you take care of yourself, you unlock something in you and you realize your worth. And that's how I became confident, because it's like, I get one life. Who else is going to live it? Me. All right. What got you into fitness? My mental health. I was declining. I started boxing with my first coach, Mike. Shout out Mike. And he really got me into fitness, got me into boxing. And that's how I found my strength. When I started getting stronger, I felt like, oh my God, I feel so confident now too. That plays into the confidence. I started feeling so much better about myself. I started showing up. And when you're working out, you're mentally there. I have never felt more connected with myself than when I work out. So movement has been a huge game changer for my mental health. And last question. I'm trying to find it. Okay, I'm trying to find it. What is something you tell your younger self? I think I ask everyone this question, so I'm asking myself this question. I would tell my younger self to keep going. I would tell her that you really don't know what's going to happen and that you need to keep believing in yourself, because if you don't, then no one else can. You have to believe in yourself. And to my younger self, we made it and you did it and we're still going and you finally found love for yourself and you should just be so proud and happy. Okay, well, thank you so much for tuning in and thank you so much for watching. I hope you love that. I love this mini mic series. If you want more ideas or topics, give them to me, please. I want to talk to you more. I want to dive into relationships. I want to dive into everything. And so if you have a topic you want me to discuss, or I don't know, something, just give it to me. Come here and give them to me. I love you so much, and I'm really, really grateful that you're here and tuning in. So thank you so much for being here, and thank you for listening and tuning in every week on Tuesdays. We are so bagged. Okay, I love you.